Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine. Welcome to this series where I help you understand Waldorf-inspired homeschooling. Today we're talking about what happens when you are not Waldorf enough compared to other homeschoolers, especially the ones that you see online. Now, I would say that we are probably none of us as Waldorf as anyone that we see online, whether they are a homeschooler or a Waldorf educator. I find that when we are comparing ourselves, we're always going to come up short. So when we are comparing ourselves, we are either going to come up short or we can look at it as an opportunity for us to grow and be inspired. So when you're looking at other people who you feel are more Waldorf than you have an opportunity to assess your own Waldorf homeschooling and decide, are there things that you want to add to your homeschooling to be quote unquote more Waldorf, or are you satisfied where you're at? There are so many things that I do not do that other Waldorf homeschoolers do. And in some cases, I wish I could do those things. And in other cases, I'm completely okay that I don't do those things. There are things that I do that other people don't do. And there are things that you do that others don't do either. And when you're comparing yourselves, you are usually missing out on all the things that you do, that you can achieve, that are Waldorf, that you're not seeing in other Waldorf families. When there are other families that you see who are quote unquote more Waldorf than you are, there are a couple of things that you can do. If you decide those are qualities that you want to include in your homeschool, then you can certainly include them as well if you'd like. It might require you to do a little bit of training or reading or some kind of education to help get you to that point where you can include those things in your homeschool as well. But it might be an inspiring thing for you to look at other homeschoolers and decide that you want to be more Waldorf and you don't feel like you're Waldorf enough. It might be an opportunity for you to include some of those other Waldorf principles into your homeschooling. Many of us who decide to homeschool using a Waldorf methodology did not get trained in this methodology. We learned from others. We saw that there were other people who were more Waldorf than we were, and we learned from them. We purchased the same books that they were reading. We tried to include some of the same activities that they were doing, and in that way, seeing those other people, that it was an education for us and an inspiration for us to get to the point that we felt like we were including those activities or that particular learning style within our homeschool a little bit better. So when you're comparing, you can either be comparing and feeling worse about yourself, or you can be comparing and finding it to be an inspiration. And I hope that whenever you're comparing and you're feeling a little bit less than for yourself, I hope that you'll turn it around and see it as an inspiration for you so that you can achieve those goals that you want in your homeschool setting, so that you can be as Waldorf as you want to be and not worry about not being enough Waldorf compared to other people. I hope this was helpful in understanding Waldorf-inspired homeschooling and being just Waldorf enough for your homeschool. I hope that you'll check out the blog post that accompanies this video. It has more information as well as other videos in this series. You can find the link to that blog post in the description box below. And if you'd like to see how we're homeschooling on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram and now on TikTok at Pepper and Pine.